Welcome to the Four Steps Coffee Talk. Hello, Kelly.
Hi. Hi, Anna.
Kelly is my colleague and trainer at the Sedona College of International Management. I have met Kelly last year in 2019 when I was at a training held by the Diamond Cutter Institute in Vienna, and Kelly was a teacher there. And afterwards, when I went to the Sedona College of International Management to study leadership and creativity, I had the wonderful surprise to see Kelly there, not only as my colleague, but also as a professor in training. And we became friends, obviously, after those two occasions. So I am very happy that Kelly has accepted my invitation to the Four Steps Coffee Talk. That is a video series where I am inviting people from the Sedona College of International Management to talk about their successes in applying the four steps or the diamond cutter system. And the big goal of this video series, for me at least, is to inspire other people to try the four steps through the examples that we get from the guests in this Four Steps Coffee Talk. So let's start, yeah? Kelly, can you tell us first, when did you come in contact with the diamond cutter system and how it has changed your life generally?
That was probably about 8, 9 years ago, but that was in 2011.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
that
nine
was,
years.
yeah, it is 9 years. Time flies. So back then I was very much into yoga. So I go to yoga studios to attend yoga classes, and I have a bunch of like yoga kakis, like we call it, yoga friends. So one day, one of the friends suggested to attend a talk from somebody, which I don't really know who he is, but it was kind of a topic that I'm interested in. So I decided to go with my friends, and I brought my brother along. So we attended the talk, and it was Geshe Michael. So then the talk was rather interesting. Like for me, I didn't quite get that pen story pretty well the first time I hear it, but something struck a chord in me. Right, what he said, like kind of struck a chord in me, and I was like, kind of like I felt the compassion in him, because during the end of the talk, I went to up front to take a picture with him, and I saw an old lady who was in wheelchair who wants to take picture with him. He was really kind that he walked over to the front of the stage and he squat down just to take picture with her. So I can see the kindness in him, and I feel like this is somebody who is like a living example. He walks the talk. So and his act really touched me. So at the end of the talk, I dropped my name card into the contact bowl list. Yeah. So then it was sometime later that I saw an email from them that they are looking for volunteers to serve their programs back then in Singapore. So they have some DCI programs in Singapore. So they needed some kind of volunteers to help support the program. So then I was working back then, but I do have like free times on weekend. So I decided to like, okay, I was actually looking for some kind of volunteer work after that public talk. Strangely, after the public talk, I remembered that I wanted to do something about my life. I wanted to help. Like, I was actually wanting to serve elderlies, go to old folks home and help elderlies. And that was like, it was kind of like a childhood dream before. So after the talk, I wanted to do something with my life. So then I couldn't find somewhere, an old folks home to really serve, because they needed people full time. And I do have a job, which I can't do full time. So I said, okay, that could be a start. So I started supporting the local organization with organizing events and activities in Singapore. So that was kind of the start of that whole getting more involved in the diamond cutter system. And then as I get more involved with like supporting and then running study groups, and I feel the change in me. I feel happier person. I've become a happier person, and I enjoy working together with the family in the Diamond Cutter system. So it was really cool, and I really felt the change. And strangely, like about 2 years down the road, I was retrenched. You know, and I have been in the company for 10 years. So most people, when they are in the company for 10 years and the moment they got retrenched, they were like freaked out. Oh my God, I'm retrenched. What going to happen to me? That kind of feeling. But strangely, I was feeling very calm. I was very, somehow I feel like it was like a turning point for me. So it was a kind of a switch in my life. So then from there, I changed and I started working for the local company and to support the Diamond Cutter program in Singapore. So I became the general manager of the local company here. So then that was kind of like the change of my life. And that brought me to the whole course of where I am today. So I think it is a big impact from that public talk. Yeah.
It's very interesting to look back and to see how your life has just turned, yeah, after one moment. It's extremely interesting. I am very curious, what was the topic of the public talk that you were at the first time? What was
it was a topic about Heart Sutra.
About yoga?
No, it was about Heart Sutra.
Heart Sutra. I didn't understand.
Right. Yeah, in Heart Sutra. Because in Singapore, I think a lot of people know the Heart Sutra. Even kids can memorize because it's a rather short sutra and people can memorize it. But most people don't understand what it means. So I was curious because I was like memorizing it for a while as well because my dad passed away and then I was doing some kind of a chant, like prayers for him. And I was reciting this Heart Sutra. I mean, I've been reciting for a while, but I don't understand what it means. And I was thinking, oh, somebody can explain this Heart Sutra. Okay, that would be interesting. Maybe I can, hear what he's going to talk about. So that's why I got into attending the public talk.
Oh, really nice. Yeah. So Geshe Michael first presented the pen and then he started to explain the Heart Sutra.
Not exactly. In fact, he didn't touch much about the Heart Sutra, but he was talking more about the pen and the 4 steps.
Yeah, we need to understand the basis in order to understand deeper levels of teachings, of philosophy.
But honestly, the whole idea of Heart Sutra is also about understanding where things are coming from. Like, how the pen doesn't come from itself, it's coming from me. It's the same essence of that whole pen story. So, which is really cool way to present it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show you something. I also have a pen like that. But mine are colored.
Okay. I love that color.
Can you share with us how you have overcome a big obstacle in your life by using this philosophy of the pen that we talked about earlier, the system of the 4 steps? So a big challenge in your life that you have overcome with the 4 steps.
Okay. I remember like it was already when I was working locally with a local company. And most people will feel that when you become a teacher, you become a saint. Like you don't have any more problems with your life. And that's it. Yeah, that's totally not true. You and I know better. And many DCI teachers know better. That's not true. We still have our own seats to manage. So back then I had this big challenge with my boss. So I have conflict with her in terms of, I feel that she's not listening. And then when we have suggestion in terms of how to manage the company better and giving her suggestion and how to support our volunteer teams, things like that. And we had a few like heated disagreements before with that during that period of time. It was close to nearly about a year then. I was struggling with this and I feel like I can't communicate with her. I feel that she's not listening. And then it feels like I was like bumping the wall every time when I try to talk to her. It was really challenging. And until to a point in time that I feel like whatever she says, I'll just do it. It's like, it totally kills my passion for the work. You know what it means when there comes a time when you feel like you're so excited about the work, but one day when everything starts to change and it's like, okay, whatever, I'll just do whatever you say. You just tell me and I'll do it. That kind of feeling. So I feel like it kind of killed my passion for the work. And then I was having difficulty managing in terms of my personal emotion towards her as well. So after a while, I finally realized that, why didn't I use the 4 steps? So it finally hit me. It's like, I should have, I actually walk the talk. Maybe I should try the 4 steps myself. So then I've decided that, okay, fine. So I started listing down what's the problem I had with her. I feel that she's not listening and she's not open and things like that. So then I started, okay, to list down all the problems that I have, that I'm feeling with her. Right. So then I noted all down. And then after that, I started working on it. Okay, when did I planted all the seeds? Sometimes when you feel like, no, I never did such thing before, but why am I saying that? But, when we understand seeds, it could never happen if you've never planted it, So then I start working on how I probably have the idea, like, when our mind tend to talk too much, or we have the mentality like to judge people. And I tend to feel like that towards her. And I feel that she doesn't know much and she don't listen. And then when I give her suggestions, and then she'll give me something else. And I feel that she's not open and all that. So my mind started to have a lot of judgment about her. So whenever she talks about anything, my mind just shut down. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want to listen to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because whatever you say, you're right and I'm wrong. So I don't care. So the mind starts to have the mode of switching off and don't want to listen. So then I noticed that part about me. So I start to change my behavior, not just towards her, but to everybody. Yeah. So when we have that kind of mentality or mindset, then we could be doing that to most people around us, especially to our family members. So we may have that sort of a mindset or the frame of mind when we treat people, when we're talking to them, and when we don't like it, we just shut down and we just close up, So, and you don't listen. So that's where I planted the seeds for me. That's where I planted the seeds to see a boss that doesn't listen and who's not open. So I began to fix myself. I be very careful with myself, having to make sure not to judge and to be open and to listen, to really be open to listen what they said. If I disagree, then I will express it. But if I agree, then I will try to how to compliment on that. So then I keep my mind open and be willing to listen. And that's when I start to change my attitude and my behavior. Then I start to see the change in her. And towards the end, before I left the company, our relationship became really close, and she becomes she'll come to me to get advice. She'll seek my advice and she'll ask for my opinion. What do you think about this matter? Is there any suggestion that you can do this better? That kind of shit. So we became very close. We have very good working relationship, and she will ask for my advice, and we will support each other in that way. So it was a very beautiful relationship towards the end. So I feel that if I have used this seeds earlier, probably it would be better. But that was a good realization for me. And that really helped me with my work relationship with her. And because we work together closely every day. So if you have a challenging relationship, then basically your work day you don't feel good working every day. So to me, that was a big impact to my work life. Yeah.
I have a follow-up question on this. You said that
Yes.
you were checking your mind and trying to see what you were thinking. Yeah, because we always have this mental chatter, blah, 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 blah in our mind.
Right.
Yeah. So right. I have two questions here. One, if you were meditating back then, because now I know that you are meditating. And the second question is, practically, for somebody who is meditating or not meditating currently, how can we monitor our thoughts? Do you have any practical example of how I can monitor my thoughts when they are always like that in my mind?
Yeah, I love this question because I feel like meditation is really important for us who wants to really change ourselves. And because a lot of times we plant a lot of seeds from moment to moment every day. And it's usually all this kind of small seeds that creates the impact in our life. And you talk about meditation, because the moment you get good at meditation, you become more mindful and your sense of awareness gets stronger. For me, it helps a lot because I used to do a lot of present moment meditation, that is having to watch your state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get, you train your mind to be very observant, to be always watching your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to that state of mind. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Yeah. So when you get sharp, it kind of trains your mind to become very sharp. It sharpens the mind to always be catching. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you're doing? So then it trains you to, bad thoughts appear in my mind. So I'll grab it. It's like, okay, you shouldn't be thinking like that. Immediately, clean the seed and do the remedy for that. So then you start to get sharper and sharper, and then you will prevent yourself from planting bad seeds again and again. So that's a very helpful tool for me to change myself fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think another tool would be to write down
Right.
the bad thoughts or the good thoughts, not only the bad thoughts, yeah, because we have good thoughts also, yeah, to write down the judgmental thoughts that we have, for example, because for me at least, if I don't write it down, I forget it. I really forget it, and it's like it wasn't there. And when I write it down, I make it. I put, how should I say, I'm conscious of it. Yeah. I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm writing down when I'm catching a judgmental thought or envy or stuff, normal stuff that everybody
Yeah.
feels and thinks.
Yeah. That's cool. That's totally the idea, the concept of like a 6 times book, having to always be tracking your state of mind. So then you start to write down your daily habits. So then the state of mind is the idea about 6 times book is to check yourself, be it mentally or physically and you verbally, what are you doing? And then all the bad seeds or good seeds that you're doing. So then you check yourself and correct yourself. And I personally feel that a lot of times the idea of or the feeling of judgment or criticizing is very much got to do with our pride. Like you
Yeah.
feel that I'm always right. I feel that I'm always right. So when I feel that I'm right, I feel like I'm always at a higher position, somebody else is at a lower position. And I was like, what do you know? That kind of feeling. And then you just switch it off. Like you just switch off your mind and it's like, I'm not willing to listen. Then you feel like people are blah, blah, blah. But yet you're the one, that is planting the bad seeds when you start to feel that you're always right. So that's the part for me that I do check myself on, that when I say something, do something, is it because of my pride as well? Yeah, so that's kind of a good self-check for me.
I'm smiling because I was very arrogant before reading the Diamond Cutter book. I was the queen of arrogance. And it took me, and it still takes me effort to, okay, lower down your superiority because everybody is right. You're not the only one who's right. Yeah, everybody is right. Okay, I would like to ask two more questions. Yeah, and one is a surprise. You keep talking about seeds, and very short. Can you please explain for the people who don't know what we mean when we say seed? What are seeds that you mentioned until now?
Sorry, what are the seeds?
The definition of seeds, the definition of mental seeds for the people who don't know what we are talking about when we are saying, oh, I planted seeds, I had bad seeds. Yeah, so for them to understand what we
All
are
right,
talking about,
sure.
we are saying
Well,
seeds.
I think that's a very, very important question for us, like for beginners to really know what we are talking about all these things that we're talking about. But basically, to keep it simple, we say seed is basically just an imprint that we created by us watching what we do, say, and think. So our mind is like a video recorder, right? That what works around the clock to observe us, to watch us, what we are doing every moment. like be it what we hear, we say, and we do, we say, and we think. So everything's get recorded into this our mental mind, our mind. So it gets the moment when we say something bad, and that imprint, we hear it ourselves, and that comes into our mind, and it creates an imprint in our mind. And after several hours, it becomes a seed. And when that seed will stay in your mind forever until it opens.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it will grow in power every 24 hours. So that's how powerful seeds are, our mental imprints are. So then that's why the whole DiamondX system is talking about having to watch ourselves, to do good, to say good, and be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's very important what we are thinking, because thoughts are also seeds, and we are planting
Right.
with thoughts. And especially when we do not have a trained mind through meditation and introspection, etc., our
Right.
thoughts are extremely wild.
Exactly.
I'm talking
And then
about myself.
same here. That's why I said that what my thoughts about myself was like perpetuated the whole bad relationship with my boss. So, and it's usually because of, it all starts from your thoughts, your thinking. Your thinking perpetuates your action and your words, what you say. So when you have bad thoughts, and whatever you do and you say will become bad as well. So we have to be very careful with the mind. So I think that's where meditation is really important for us, to always be mindful of what we're doing and saying, thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we have discussed about challenges, can you also share with us one of your biggest successes that you have planted the seeds for? Yeah, with the 4 steps. Can you tell us about a goal like that in 9 years? I think that you have a lot of good stories.
I think I do. And I think this whole system not only changed me, but also my family. But for me, the biggest takeaway for me that how this system helped me was because I have been single before I learned the system. Right, I've been single my whole life. So for the past 40 plus years, I was alone. I never had a relationship. And I think a lot of it is because I lack confidence, and I feel like I'm not good enough and I don't deserve a partner. Deep inside. But a lot of times I will have a lot of excuses and reason to tell myself that, to justify that I don't need a partner. I'm very busy. I don't have time for a partner, and having a partner, too much trouble. So it's better that, I'm alone. I've got all the time that I can do all the things that I need to do and stuff like that. So I have a lot of reasons to justify why I don't need a partner. So then after learning the system, I was still having a bit of resistance inside, even though I started to visit the old folks home. That's basically the seeds to plan for a partner. So I started visiting the old folks home and visiting an elderly people, and then I regularly go. But then inside, I wasn't reconciled with the idea of still having a partner. I think there's a lot of fear in me. So then it was like several years down the road that I had a realization myself. I said, since I can plan a partner, why don't I design a partner that is perfectly to my requirements?
Oh, you took
Right.
it to the next level.
Exactly. So since you said that you can plan a partner, then why don't I just plan exactly to what I want? Since I have all those fears and stuff, like, okay, I have excuses of all this, then I will design something that works around all my fears and stuff like that. So then I design tailor-made in a way, like write down all the requirements that I want for a partner. So then the moment
You engineered your partner.
yeah, precisely. So then I wrote down the details, but I was already planting for about 3 years, but I was rejecting inside. So the moment when when my mindset starts to switch, which I say why the mind is so powerful is because sometimes we say we want it, but in our heart we don't want it. So Well, I was planning for a partner for 3 years, but then nothing came because in my heart, I didn't want it. So when my mind switched to say that, okay, since I can design my own partner, I'll just write it out. So the moment when my mind changed, and then things start to change. Yeah, so then I started planting with a clearer motivation and then having to know what I want for a partner. And then I also start to plan all the small details, the requirements or the qualities of a partner that I want. Let's just start planting it. So strangely or surprisingly, few months down the road, my partner appeared. So now we are almost like 4 years. Coming this month is our 4th year anniversary. So to me, yeah, thank you. So it was a very close to heart feeling to me. For me, this is my greatest breakthrough for myself because I have I have this thinking my whole life, like for the past 40 years, feeling that I don't deserve a partner, I don't need a partner, or like I will never find a partner that suits me, that will accept me, that kind of thing. So then this after planting and I see the change and now have a very beautiful relationship, and this person is like my soulmate, someone who's really close to me. So I feel like now I can do more with a partner, and we can do more things together. So that's why for me I feel that I feel more powerful in a way because I'm not alone, but I have someone with me to do this together. So I think it's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Two very short questions. Yeah. Can you tell us the seed for a partner, and can you tell us the seed for a beautiful partner? Everybody, partner that is beautiful. Yeah. So please share with us.
Right. You are asking very sharp questions.
Yes, because I want to know too.
Yeah. And first of all, to have a partner, you have to, why do you want a partner? Because you want a companion, right? You want a companion. So you have to give companionship. So who needs companionship? People who are lonely. So you have to find people who are lonely and give them companionship. So it can be your parents who's lonely. It can be children who's lonely. You can be even visiting orphanage homes for a kid orphan, or you can be visiting elderly home or old folks home, we call it here, and pay visits to them weekly, spend time with them, take care of them, love them. And then you can plant seeds on them as well. Like the qualities you want on a partner, you can plant on them as well. So they are very good fertile soil, and to give them the companionship and be with them for that hour. So every week you spend an hour with them, and then to give them care, love, and attention. So that's seed for a partner. And I did mention the qualities. So for all the qualities that you want, you will need to plant each of them as well. And then for the part of having a beautiful partner, the concept of beauty means that you don't get angry. Because when you yeah, so you're not supposed to get upset, right? We said even the slightest emotion of feeling upset, I'm upset at someone, that feeling inside is like a fire, and it makes you look ugly. So when you have the seeds of upset or seeds of anger, you will see no beauty outside. That means you don't see beautiful things outside. So, but for someone who's always peaceful, who's always calm and always smiling, bringing beauty to the world, then you will see beauty around you, including your partner. So the idea here is to always be calm and peaceful and not get upset, don't get angry. It's a challenging one, but that's a good practice to do.
Yeah, and I went back to what you said earlier about meditation, because anger and being upset, it's a mental state. So if we are monitoring our thoughts and we meditate, we also become beautiful. So
yeah, exactly.
You strike two birds with one stone, you know the expression. Not
very goodly.
We are not hurting animals. Okay, and at the end, can you share with us what is your life vision, Kelly, and How does this 4-step fit into your life vision?
That's a very good question. For me, I feel like I'm very passionate about teaching this system. And I feel that this system can really help a lot of people everywhere in the world. And like I've been traveling with DCI around the world, and then I see like a lot of people are asking, or like they want they want a success. Everybody wants something in their life. And they are like going around and around and not finding the right way to do it. So I feel this system can really help many people in their life. And I want to teach this system and to help people achieve their goals in life. And my 4 steps is always working around how can I like teach better? How can I help people better? And that's my idea about my 4 steps fit into my life vision. So I will keep improving myself and then helping people in my life and all the teachers around, right, in our system to get better and become better. So that's my 4-step plan. As I'm doing that and I bring myself to a better, or rather, what do you call it? I become better to be able to help more people. So that's my life vision.
It's beautiful because it's very important, at least for us who have used the system and have seen how it works. And now that we know each other, we see amazing stories around the world with the various things that have happened by using the 4 steps, by planting small seeds. And a lot of us, a lot of guests in this talk understand the importance of sharing this knowledge. That's why I'm doing this also, to share this knowledge instead of running around grabbing what you think you want. It's not about getting, it's not about grabbing, it's about giving and being happy about it. It's completely different. It's completely different. And yeah, that's why I'm so inspired to use it. And also I want a lot of people to learn it, because in this way we will be all happier, all of us. Yeah, all of us. It's a super win-win situation.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much, Kelly, for inspiring us today. I really loved our talk. I really loved your stories about how to improve your boss and how to engineer your partner. Extremely useful.
Thank
At
you.
least for me. I'm sure that for a lot of people who are going to be watching this. And hope to see you back soon, wherever in the world. Maybe I come to Singapore, maybe we meet in Sedona, maybe in Europe, who knows? I'm planting the seeds to travel a lot after this lockdown.
Cool.
Okay, thank you very much and see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for the invitation. Bye.